us for miles. Legends in the corner, got the plastic with the style. Transformers on the shelf, G.I. Joe on patrol. Space Ghost in the back, got the Smurfs are on a roll. Scooby snacks in the bag, nostalgia in the air. Got the whole room buzzing like a secret dare. Scooby Prime Files, zoinks, zoinks. Scooby Prime Files, Jankies, Jankies. I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids. Oh yeah! I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids. Dust on the cat.
Hey, welcome back, Scooby Gang. This is your host, Scooby Prime, coming at you live. And today we're going to do our first review video. And as you can see, it's going to be of Sideswipe, but we're doing the legend scale Sideswipe. And yeah, we may do some comparisons to some others, but for now, I'm all about the legends, so let's go. So today we're going to be looking at basically New Age Sideswipe and some of the variants. Right now we have him in alt mode for the Toon version, and we have the bot mode from the toy version up on the turntable. You can also see that we have the G1 and the modern day Hasbro here as well. With that said, you know, we'll go ahead and discuss them. I'm going to read you a little bit about him first for those who aren't aware of who he is, because I know some people come to the channel to look at other IPs, or you know, just the nostalgia, or you know, the pop culture stuff. So let me tell you a little bit about Sideswipe. So Sideswipe, his function is warrior. He's quoted as saying, "I don't break rules, I bend them a lot." Sideswipe is nearly the equal of his twin brother Sunstreaker in the combat arts, but less cold-blooded. Relishes a fight to the finish with an opponent, uses underhanded tactics when absolutely necessary. Arms act as powerful pile drivers. Flies for up to 2 minutes with rocket backpack. Fires flares visible for 18 miles. Rash actions often lead to injuries to himself. He takes them all in stride. So that is going to be his little bio card, which I'm going to stick back here. So with that said, we're going to walk through the New Age, and since I have these two on the turntable, I'm going to take a look at the boxes first. So the first box we have up is for the Toon version. I do love New Age boxes because they do show you the bot in and also the alt mode. That is a crazy picture of him looking like he's humping Starscream. But you know, I do love their boxes because they don't all stay the same way. They will come out and they will do different things. So for example, the toy box, no pun intended, sort of tries to give the feel of the original toy box when we were kids, you know, back in the early and mid 80s. You know, I do love that they tried to do that. So the boxes aren't necessarily the same every single time, and you'll see that when we get into some of the variants. With that said, let's go ahead and stop this table and go ahead and take a look. First, we'll take a look at the toy figure. So from a toy figure perspective, he's got fantastic paint job. He's got the tampos on him, which gives him the sort of the stickers we had as kids. And I'll show you the G1 figure in a minute to give you an example for, like, when you look at this waistband right here, or the knees. They don't do the feet, but you can see he's a pretty solid figure. What amazes me about the Legend scale is the details, the paint, the quality of materials, and the engineering to get something this small to look so clean. And when I go ahead and transform this guy right here, you'll see what I mean with some of the really cool engineering that they have. But real quick, this is the G1 toy when we were kids. And yes, you can see the crooked sticker that was put on, obviously by a kid. You can see the knees. Some of the stuff they tried to replicate back in the day. They actually had sticker packs where you can put stickers on the figures. And yes, he still transforms. Still pretty good shape. I've had to glue and repair this door a couple of times. I've had to replace one of these wings that broke. But all in all, he is a pretty solid figure. And before we go any further, I'll show you what modern Hasbro looks like. It's not a bad figure. I mean, there's just some obvious things missing. Like, I had to buy the add-on kit so I can put the tail fin on. You know, when the car is supposed to have a spoiler and it doesn't actually put the spoiler on it, it's pretty annoying. You know, you got the waffling of the arms. The legs aren't too bad on the waffling. I mean, there's some parts here you're like, why do that? You know, other than to save money. You know, back's not too bad looking. It's pretty cool looking. You know, there's just some minor things done here that, you know, just a little bit more love and attention. He could have been really fantastic figure. So with that said, I'm gonna turn off my Decepticon lamppost. What's cool about these lampposts, real quick, which one's Soundwave? Well, it's the one that has the Decepticon symbol. So let me go put these guys back. Turn that light off since we don't need it. And let's go ahead and go into the transformation. Now, this is probably going to be the last time I'm ever going to transform him, because I don't want to possibly damage the paint or loosen the joints. So let's go ahead and get started. And, you know, you move the camera around if need be, but we're going to go ahead and start the transformation. So if I remember correctly, these are going to swing out. Just grab that right there, and you're going to swing the legs out like that, and then we're just going to get these legs together. So I'm going to bring these down, give them a little bit of length, get these hooks down because we're going to need those. Then these are going to flip around the legs. I'll actually move that for the moment. And what you tend to want to do, and I'm going to try to do this the right way, is you want to try to create a little groove right in there so that this hook can literally sit in there. So it's a little harder when you're doing this on camera, folks, than it is when you're just doing this in your own home or just leisurely on your couch. Alright, so let's get the foot. Let's do that. And voila, you have a leg. Same thing with this guy. Just get the foot out of the way real quick. Then we'll bring this on over like this. Again, there's a little bit of a double hinge right there, so just make sure you get that in. Get that in the groove that they give you. Again, it's hard to do this with the camera. So, bada bing, bada boom. There you go. It's got two legs. Done. Alright, moving on. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, let's go ahead and get the arms going. So first thing you gotta do is you gotta break them loose like that. And we're gonna, let's see, what do I want to do next? I think I'm gonna do the head next. So I'm gonna pull that out. I'm gonna flip that And this is always the fun part, is the head, because it likes to sit back there. And I did not bring my plunger down here. So now you're going to kind of give and take a little bit, like that. You're going to fold these sides in. That's going to give him his sides. And then backpack and waist. So voila. Come up here. So now you have the head, the waist, the sides, and the back. For the arms, fold tires in. You're going to take this double hinge and you're going to rest it on each other. Just swing it down. You're going to fix the elbows for my friend James, because he loves to talk about the elbows. Alright, so again, double hinge. Make sure that that sits flat. Clamp that down, bring the shoulder down, fix the elbow, and you have arms. Alright, so what's next? You can put his backpack on, his rocket pack. He comes with some oven mitt hands right out of the box, which are ridiculous unless you're doing some backhanded takes at somebody. So we're gonna just go with the sculpted hands here. They go in like this, like that, and he's almost done. Just clamp this on the back, and there you go. You have another Sideswipe. You have Toy and Tune. You can see them side by side. You can judge for yourself which one you like better, what paint you like better, what detailing. But that's what's great about New Age, is as a Legends company, they give you a lot of choices. And what do I mean by that? I am about to show you guys my favorite interpretation of this character, and because it has such an early 1990s vibe and late 80s vibe, I don't know, there's something about this that just takes me back nostalgia wise to just a better time, you know, and just a fun time. And this is the G2 version of Sideswipe. I mean, if you look at the detail on that paint with the fade, look at that, right on the fin. That fade is just amazing. It just looks fantastic in that 1990 sunset look is just to me, it's just fantastic. And if we look at his box, again, like I told you, the boxes are different. Boxes are different each time. You can see this great articulation. So again, I just love the boxes and stuff. And just to kind of show you that the G2 also came out by Hasbro. And if you take a look at this one, I put No More Waffling. Why? Because I have an add-on kit. And he has his spoiler. And he has this fantastic sticker set. Slightly different, though I could have stuck exactly like that one with the chest sticker and everything. But I wanted to go even a little bit crazier with the color schemes. So this, believe it or not, I spent all this additional money on this Hasbro figure to give him the add-on kit and the sticker set from Toy Hacks, because again, this is my favorite. And I'm just going to move these guys off to the side and move him up. And I'm going to give him center stage because, again, he is my favorite. So I just want everybody to just take him in for a minute. The color scheme, you know, it's just amazing. Remember the whole neon color, hyper color stuff that was popular for a minute. And, you know, everything had to be, you know, pizzazzed with color, including our Transformers. So you may be asking yourself, okay, so New Age likes its paint variants and it likes doing different figures. Yes, it does. So what else did it do? Well, let's go ahead and let's go set these guys up so you can see them a little bit better. We're going to go to another favorite interpretation of the character that I like. The mold is the same since day one of Takara, or Diaclone back in the day. And we're going to go look at Tiger Tracks. So Tiger Tracks is another variant that you can get. Yes, he's a separate character in my collection and stuff. He's not Sideswipe. He is Tiger Tracks, but it's the exact same mold. It was all the way back when the original toy was created in Japan and then brought over to the US. There was a color mix-up between him and his brother Sunstreaker, where Sunstreaker, you'll see at some point, the original toy from Japan was red, and Sideswipe, the original toy, again, these were made up by Bob Budiansky over at Marvel Comics, who came up with these bios and came up with the names and everything. But with the mix-up somehow between, you know, the cartoon and the toy and the manufacturing, blah blah blah, he became red, Sideswipe. So Tiger Tracks is actually a representation of what he originally looked like. And then this is the Takara Tomy version, which is an older mold, and you know, he's a bit bulky. There are things about him that I love. I wish they would do, well, I wish they would do this in MP first, but there's a better shot that you'll see Sideswipe, especially if the X-Transbot does them, where he's going to come out and there's going to be multiple variants of him as well. But you can get the idea, you know, from a masterpiece scale. And we'll put him off to the side. And we'll put him off to the side. Another variant, or a way that they did the figure, is there was a second G2 version. And I forget his name at the moment, but you know, from a G2 perspective, they came out with this guy. You know, what I want to do is, before I actually do that, if you look at that face, if we can zoom in, he's got a snarl, just like their character always had a snarl on his face. The mouth is open, he's yelling, he's a badass warrior, he's got these engine guns, he's got these spiky tires on his shoulders. He's just a bad dude. And then, again, not to leave him undone, but the DX, well, Takara Tomy had a version, and then so did DX9. When DX9 came out with their figure, the first repaint they did was of him, and if you look at his face when it comes around here, he's got even a better snarl, because you can see teeth. Transformer with teeth. But, you know, Hasbro did come out with the color scheme, and, you know, I got the sticker set to, I'll wait till this comes around. I got the sticker set to actually take my version and make him the Batman Beyond version. So anybody who likes Batman, hopefully you'll like the Transformer Batman crossover I just did. So it's not a collaboration, it's a Scooby Prime special. So you can see the sticker set. You know, I put it on them. I just thought the figure from Hasbro was pretty bland and needed something to spruce them up. So there were a couple of different options, and I went with the from Toy Hacks. I went with the Batman Beyond version. So let's see what else is going on. Put this guy back here. Put him over here. Believe it or not, New Age is not done. So again, completely different character. Well, no, you know what? I'm going to go here first. I'm going to go with the Shattered Glass. And this is the Shattered Glass version that Hasbro came out with. And we are going to take a look at the Shattered Glass version that New Age came out with. I do, again, love the head sculpt. I love the slash across the chest. I do have some Shattered Glass. Well, I got to sticker all these guys for the most part. The only two I have are Toy and Toon Done. But you can see, again, they try to cover every single figure, and I have a damage sticker, I think, that I can, if not, I can very easily damage it myself. So I'm not worried about that. So we're going to put him off to the side. And again, just a cool fact that they went ahead and did this. Now we're going to go to completely different characters who I think look fantastic. And the first one's going to be Clamped Down. Maybe I'll bring him up here again. So he's a police car. They did some nice tampos on him. You know, it says police when he's transformed. You know, he looks great. And then I didn't like how they released Deep Cover. Supposed to be a spy. He's also a cop there, I guess. I don't like how they released him because they released him in a 3-pack. So for all of us New Age collectors who already had the other two figures, you were kind of stuck buying the 3-pack if you wanted to get him. And what I wound up doing is I wound up selling my other Red Mirage, and I kept the other General Spectre or the Shattered Glass version of Ultra Magnus, so I can keep one in the armor, one outside the armor. So, you know, there you can see him with the modern Hasbro. The one thing I noticed that's different between the Hasbro version and the New Age version is the color of the legs, the thighs, and the upper bicep part of the arms. Whereas New Age went with red, the Hasbro went with gray. And I'm going to assume that New Age has it correct because they'll spend money on the right look and the right paints. Where Hasbro, let's just face it, again, I love certain figures from them, but they're going to cut corners where they can. And if they had a surplus of gray plastic, maybe that's why they did it. With Deep Cover, I went ahead and put a sticker set on him too, because again, he was just pretty bland. May do the same with their Clamp Down, but at the end of the day, this is everybody. But you're asking, well, you know, what about this bad boy up here? What about these guys? Whoops, knocked his hand off. That's my fault. Trying to beat the turntable. Get that in there. What about these guys from a Masterpiece perspective? Well, they came in this month. I had the version 1 and 2, and I gifted them away to my son and his best friend, because his best friend collects Transformers as well as my son. So this is the version 3, and I already pre-cut the box. So, you know, and these are not going to be transformed or anything like that. And the focus is not on these. So we're not going to spend too much time here, but just to put them out here. I'm not even going to talk about how good the quality is or paint or blah, blah, blah. It's just, if you need a masterpiece version, this is one of your options that you can go with. You have the Takara Tomy. I had that. I sold it. And then again, I pre-cut this guy, Rambo, which go see my buddy Gib and his channel, Gib ATL. And he has done a complete video on this guy. And actually, I'm going to watch his video because I quickly cut this open to make my video quicker. And I noticed out of the box, he needs some loving because he does not come, or at least mine didn't come transformed correctly. So I can see there's some issues at the top of him. So I'm going to go watch Gibbs' video and get some pointers on how to get him put together. But end of the day, if you wanted masterpiece to go along with your Legends like I do, the way I do my figures is I try to do original G1. It doesn't have to be a complete G1 in box mint with all the weapons. I just want what I had as a kid to the best of my ability to get them. And you know, I will take him and then I will take a modern Hasbro. So I have the original Hasbro, the modern Hasbro, and then I will also get a masterpiece version to put up on my shelf. My Legends do not stay in my basement displays or cabinets. They go in special cabinets and places up in my office. And I do that because of two reasons. One, they're small enough that they're not going to take up as much space in a single room versus a giant basement. And two, they are gorgeous looking, and I like having basically all the variants and all the colors all up in my office at once. So I can just, you know, take a break from work sometimes and just enjoy them. You know, I don't work from home every day, but for the days I do, it's great to have them there. So with that said, everybody, that's my video. Nothing more to say. You know, this is the, you know, every variant of my Sideswipe for New Age Legend scale. I'm sure there's one for what was I going to say, the Magic Square, and I know I have the one upstairs for Iron Factory, but that's more of like a ninja style or samurai style, and so I really didn't want to bring him into this discussion or into this picture. So at the end of the day, you know, you have the different characters that they've used the molds for, you know, different variants, the backstory with tiger tracks between the yellow and red, and then you see all the different options you can do with red. I'm sure there's more out there. Maybe there's another company like Bad Cube or something. I don't know. There's guys who have been doing this for at least a decade longer than I, collecting, and there's guys out there that just have a fantastic knowledge base. They would know more. But for me, I know what I know, I get what I get, and I like what I like. And for me, this is what I like, and this is what I'm going to stick with. So with that said, everybody, have a fantastic rest of your week. Have a fantastic weekend if you're catching this on the weekend. And this is Scooby Prime saying, I am out of here.
In position, give ATL chasing grails with a collector's precision. Basement in the attic, live bringing energy to the stage. Diecast collected with the real talk, setting shelves in array.
MD Seeker takes flight. American dads keep it grounded. The Iacon files dig deep where the history gets uncovered.
Let's talk about it.
Breaks the latest molds down. Sabatronian Quest keeps the truth in the sound.
Scooby Prime File got the deals with the chase. Bear 2727 brings the fire to the place, yo.
Prime in the mix, bringing power every time. Diz and designs makes the visions come alive.
TNT, Neon Prime hits the room. It's TNT time.
Secret